Well, good morning everybody. Welcome to yet another review. This time it's a Freeware. We are in Bergen in the locality of Flesland in western Norway. This is a Freeware scenery for the airport. It's created by an author known as 1B Actual. That's 1B with two I's Actual. I'll put the details up with the file name. It's basically it's an update of the default that corrects an awful lot of issues, and the airport is just not only in a beautiful location, but it's beautifully done. Okay, there's no internal modeling, but who knows what's going to happen next. This is version 1.8, I believe, and it's really nice. The download is 55 meg and it installs at 427 meg, so it's not huge. As I said, it's freeware. It's available on Flightsim.to website, and you'll also require 1B's asset pack. Again, details, I'll put all the details up so you can see them. It's a lovely airport, really well done and beautiful. I flew in here the other day and the weather wasn't so brilliant, but you can see the video, it's already on my channel. And today I've decided to review this with the weather taken away so you can get just a look at how beautiful this place is. The author actually recommends some additional files to enhance the scenery still further, and they're all installed so you can see here. So there's a file called Bergen Features, which adds certain landmarks and terrain adjustments in this area, including the file here, the new file which gives you the big Bergen sign that sits landside of the airport. We'll get to that later during the review. And there are two other files, Nordhordlandsbrown and Hardangerbroa, and they add all the bridges in the area. There's also a VDGS, Visual Docking Guidance System module available, and if you go on to the Flightsim.to website and look at the file description for the airport, you can download that module and you can see how it works and how it's implemented. So let's talk a little bit of the history for this area. Okay, Bergen Airport in Flesland, Norway, Echo November Bravo Romeo, or simply Flesland Airport. It's an international airport located in Flesland in the city and municipality of Bergen, Vestland in Norway. Opened in 1955, it's as it was the second busiest airport in Norway with over 6 million passengers in 2018. Flesland is operated by the state-owned Avinor Group, which is a limited company regulated by the Norwegian Ministry of Transport. Prior to 1999, the Norwegian Air Force was co-located at the airport and probably was the biggest presence here. Scandinavian Airlines, Norwegian Air Shuttle and Wildero are among the largest airlines operating here. There's also a Wildero hangar located here. Again, we'll look at it in a minute. The route to Oslo Airport Gardermoen is among the busiest in Europe. There's a substantial amount of helicopter traffic generated here. Bristow Helicopters, or Bristow Norway, goes to the offshore oil platforms in the North Sea. Originally, Bergen was served by water aerodromes at Flatloy, Sandviken and Hurdla. After much discussion and head scratching about where a new international airport should be built, Flesland was finally chosen and financing was largely secured through NATO funds, and the airport opened in 1955. Until the 1980s, Bergen was the Norwegian airport used for SAS intercontinental flights to New York. New terminals were opened in 1988 and in August 2017, and the Bergen Light Railway was extended to the airport and opened in April 2017. By the end of the Cold War and the dissolution of the Soviet Union, military activity at the airport slowly diminished. The final demise of the air station came in 1999 when all stationary assets were sold, including 30 vehicles. The gates at the new terminal were numbered Bravo 15 to Bravo 20, and they are served by domestic flights. International flights depart from the older 1988 terminal, which has 9 jet bridges, numbered 23 through 29, 31 and 32. Gate 30, next to Gate 29, is used for apron buses. Gate 24 has the largest parking space and can take Category E aircraft, such as the Airbus 340 and the Boeing 747, and the rest are pretty much category C, 737, Airbus A320. Helicopter area is located to the north of the old Terminal 1, and that's the place we will have a look at in a moment to start with. In 2014, Bergen Airport processed over 6 million passengers, over 100,000 aircraft movements, and over 5 tons of cargo, making it the country's second busiest airport. Passenger numbers consisted of 3.6 million domestic, 2.1 million international, over 138,000 were transit passengers, and over 246,000 were helicopter passengers. Bergen had over 10% of Norway's international traffic. As you can see, I've turned the lighting down to just before 7 PM local time to look at the runways. Bergen utilises a single runway, 1735, which is 9,810 feet or 2,990 metres in length, and is made of an asphalt concrete mix. Both ends of the runway feature high intensity airfield lighting system and precision approach path indicators, and both ends are also ILS equipped with runway 17, which is what we're looking at now, certified to category 2. Additionally, both ends of the runway also feature RNP, VOR and visual approaches. And lastly, this airport is also equipped with departure SIDs for helicopters. Now, looking at the scenery here, you can see the high intensity approach lighting system. There's the Pappies, but in addition they've equipped this with a centerline lighting system as well, so they've slightly enhanced this runway. And now we're looking down the throat of runway 35, the other end of the runway, and you can see it also has the high intensity approach light system as well as the 2 Pappies. And again, you have the centerline lighting and the runway end identifier lights as well. Here you've got a displaced threshold, and just to the right, we'll have a look at a bit of this during the day, is the engine run-up testing area. So there you go, some history about this wonderful airport in such a beautiful location. I might also add that if you install these additional files, there are lots of little bits and pieces that are added to this scenery to really enhance it. The photogrammetry boats that are flat in most of the bays have been replaced by solid 3D models. Lots of buildings have been updated. Terrain has been fixed so that you get the right terrain, and as you can see, it just looks beautiful. So let's get down close up and have a look at this airport in detail. Remember, this is freeware, so really pleased to be able to show it to you and just how good this is. So we'll start at the northern end with the general aviation area, followed by the helicopter area. So here we are at the far northeast corner of the airport boundary. This is the general aviation sort of private area. All looks pretty basic, but again, it's nicely described, as you can see, little buildings and bits and pieces here. The odd hangar or two, very pleasant. And then this is the boundary, the northernmost boundary of the airport, which of course here is protected by a gated entrance. Coming back the other way, a little car there to the right, and got the odd aeroplane bits and pieces. Really does look very quaint, very nice indeed. Lots of little buildings, terrain fixes, fences here and there. So this is a main helicopter area. As you can see there, you've got a Bristow helicopter model. Very pleasant. Got lovely ground detail markings that look really good. The helicopter model there looks really crisp, very nice. And you've got various trucks here and bits and pieces also. Again, really good models. No issues with them at all. And here you can see the default models go along actually following the road, which is nice. Fuel tanks, blast screen nicely done there. And even you've got the electrical equipment here on the side of the building. Very nice detail. And continuing our tour south over the area, here you've got the Wildero building, which looks really good. No internal development in these buildings, which is perfectly okay. I don't expect any. This is a freeware product, and there you go. I mean, this area is known as the technical apron, and as I say, essentially sandwiched between the GA area and the main terminal. Here you've got a car park as well. If the author was intending to update this maybe and make it into a payware product, it'd be nice to see the landside area more crisply developed so that car park looks real rather than photoreal. But that's just my thoughts, not a problem. So we continue the tour south. Again, you've got various car parks there. I'd have to say it actually works pretty well with the photo scenery. Couple of helicopter landing areas there. There's another Bristow helicopter. Very nice, very pleasant, really exceptionally well done. And just tracking again south across the area. From another angle here you get a look at the buildings and the cars, elevation fixes, control tower over there. Again, no internal development, but the buildings and the little assets, everything looks quite nice. More helicopters, ground vehicles parked over there. And here we're coming on towards the main terminal. We'll just go and have a look down here because I actually want to get close to that sign to show you. There's a hotel, car parks. Very nicely done. The landside area looks lovely. Again, this is photo scenery, but it actually doesn't look too bad. It seems to be of a slightly higher quality than some of the photo scenery used in other projects. Now here's the famous or infamous Bergen sign, which sits in the side of the hill here. Now if you want this to work, then you need to disable just one of the files in the airport scenery. And again, that's clearly stated in the documentation. Really isn't a difficult thing to do. I just make a backup of it and install this, and away you go. Very, very nice. So just coming across from that landside point to the airside point of the main terminal now. There you can see blast screens, various bits and pieces. I'm really pleased by the detail on the ground markings. So let's just pass over the satellite terminal towards some of the other stands. Again, the detail is beautiful, modelling's really nice. There's a sign on the building. Very nice indeed. And the jetways do work, by the way. Very impressive, right down to the fence there. Very, very nicely done. Really nice how the buildings have been done. Stands, all looks good. The positioning of all of the structures is excellent. It's very nice. Okay, there's little or no weathering, but that's not a problem, and there you can see even the radar dome works. Very pleasant. It's really, really nicely done. So we continue towards the south, going towards the threshold of runway 35. Again, these ground markings are excellent, very crisp, really, really nicely done. Car parks are good, little buildings here and there. Love the sort of location, the spot where this airport and its surroundings is located. It's just lovely. Lovely trees. Really good. There's the fence line. And this is the engine run-up area, which you can aircraft use for testing both prop and jet engines. And there's the blast screen to protect other aircraft from jet blast. So just to look at some of the ground signage. As you can see, the ground signage is excellent. Here they are on their plinths. Really good, very clear. Very crisp, no problem with that at all. And another one there denoting the taxiway whiskey. Another one here denoting taxiway Yankee and the Alpha 9 approach, which is the furthest end of the threshold of runway 35. And again, approach and holding point for the runway 35. You've got clear signage, and they've even got wigwags. Very nice. So I'm going to just do a couple of quick shots from high elevation over the locality here around the airport, so you can see what's been done. They've really enhanced not only the airport but the local area. This is just a beautiful place. Here we're looking towards the southwest across the bay there. And as you can see, as we go into the bay here, photogrammetry boats have been replaced by real ones. Just beautiful. Beautiful place. Done a lot of work here. It's just stunning. To go to a higher elevation shot here, you can see buildings have been added and enhanced. This whole area has been beautifully updated. And just tracking out over the bay across the runway here to look at some of these buildings and the terrain here. Some anomalies, of course, you can see there, but look, you've even got the boats. They've actually enhanced these and put real boats in. Beautifully done. And here, continuing north, I just want to show you very quickly a couple of the bridges. Again, it's very nicely done. Look at that. Very nice church over there. Really, really nice. And here you can see just how beautiful this place looks. And the airport is over there. The whole place is just stunning. Beautifully modelled, accurate. It probably looks, it's the best I've seen it in a simulation. And kudos to the various authors who've added bits and pieces to update this and make it look as good as it does. So there we are, looking at the airport and the surrounding area during the day, so you can get a really good feel for just how nice this is. Let's turn the lighting down to dusk and have a look at the lighting generally and see how good that is. Okay, just after 7 PM local time, as you can see, it's all gone a little bit dark. The sun's really close to sunset now and the lights are beginning to turn on. So just a couple of quick shots up here to show you just how beautiful this looks. As I've said before, many airports come to life during the darkness hours, and Bergen's no exception. And there we are, looking to the north. You can see the two bridges we saw a moment ago are also lit up, and various lighting hints and bits and pieces around objects around the local airport. So let's get down to the ramp and have a close look and see what it's like. Okay, quick pass out over the taxiways, as again you can see all the signs are lit. Green centerline taxiway lighting, which is good. And again, where here you've got the wigwags that you can see really easy when you taxi out towards the runway. Everything's very crisp and clear. And as you can see, just tracking down the runway, everything looks fine, no problem with that at all. And now we track south past the Wildero building and the technical area. I'm just looking at the lighting generally. You can see it's perfectly acceptable. Lights in front of the building look good. Lots of little asobo globes as well, but as I said before, in this case they work, they actually help. Nice to see helicopters partly lit as well. Control tower's a bit dark, but that's not a problem. And you can see the Bergen sign, which looks great. Going a bit closer. There's the fire engine with its lights going on. The whole ambience of this place is great. It looks great during the day and it looks just as good at night. See, the buildings have this illusion of things going on inside them. Down here you've got the entrance, one of the entrances to the airport there. We've even got road signs. Look, there's a petrol station. And a crane there for work that's being done off airport. And some lighting there. Even the road signs. Okay, the signs there's no text on them, but they're lit. Beautiful. Okay, just tracking back from landside to airside again. It looks good. It really does look nice. Some of the vehicles there lit on the roof of that car park. Here's that unusual rock with the Bergen sign. Just a bit of jumping in the scenery there, but it's not a problem. It's very nice. That I think is a hotel there, partly lit. Just tracking now to the airside section. Plenty of lighting on the stands. The whole place looks great. As you can see, no problem at all with the lighting. Good lighting sources as well coming from the top of these lights. Everything's lit up as indeed it should be. And coming across the satellite. As you can see, no problem here. Very nice. So as you can see by this high level shot, the lighting on the airport at dusk is very nice. More than welcome. It's just exactly what you need. It's very, very good indeed. And they're looking towards the technical apron helicopter base, and the GA area has some lighting as well up here. And of course you've got bits and pieces added to the landside part of the airport going on. Lots of things to explore. Probably worth getting a helicopter out here and having a look round. Okay, let's drop it to night time. Okay, 9:10 at night local time. As you can see, it's pitch black outside. But again, everything is well lit. Taxiways look good. The green centerline lighting is really nice. It seems to be actually much better highlighted in this scenery than many others I've seen. So the other night sometimes these go pretty dark, but this is pretty good. Again, the runway is well identified, no problems there. And again, looking towards the technical area, and here you've got the road that goes down towards the general aviation area. You've got the blue airfield edge lighting. So just looking at the airport from a higher level and looking into the distance, the whole area looks great at night. And just a little quick run towards the runway here so you can see these centerline lights in the darkness here. All the taxiway signs and centerline lighting is perfectly great. There are the wigwags. There's a good view there of the light stanchions and just how good they are. Really impressive. And just a little look at the Wildero building, which again is beautifully lit. And the helicopter area there. And the terminal in the distance. Really nice. So as you can see, this is another airport that also really comes to life in the darkness hours, although it's got an awful lot going for it during the day as well. Let's turn the lighting up so that the lighting on the airport disappears, and have a look at the early dawn. There we go, 20 to 7 in the morning. The sun's about to come up over the hills there. The lighting slowly disappearing on the airport, but again, everything looks good and crisp and clear. It's very, very nice. Let's turn the lighting up a bit more. So here we are, just after 10 AM local time. All the lights have gone out, the sun's well up, and again you can see just how beautiful this airport is. Just looking north, here's the general aviation area, the technical area, the threshold of runway 17. And looking towards the south, the threshold of runway 35 is there. And this beautiful bay, lots of these little islands around to explore. And looking to the west, looking out over the islands here, lots of bits and pieces going on to have a look at that we haven't looked at in this video. And again, you've got photogrammetry flat boats replaced by real 3D ones. Really impressed with this. Okay, my final thoughts then as we wrap up this review. Just remembering this is freeware, contributed by a couple of authors that really does enhance this place. This is really impressive. You know, if you want to come to Norway, you want to visit Norway in the new sim, this is the place to come. You need to get this scenery. It's free, it's beautifully done. The additional files really enhance the area. There's just lots to explore here, whether you fly in an aircraft, in an airliner, or whether you explore the local area by light aircraft or helicopter. They've done a wonderful job. Hats off to the developer who worked on the airport, and hats off to the other people who corrected the little anomalies and really worked on what's going on nearby. Nice to have the boats replaced by 3D models. Beautiful signage there, and we haven't so much that we haven't even explored on the other islands. And also there's visual docking guidance system to go in here as well, which I haven't yet installed, but I'll leave that for you to discover. So my final thoughts on this scenery. Yep, okay, no internal modelling of the buildings and stuff like that, and okay, the control tower's a bit dark at night, but I have to say this scenery is a real pleasure. You just have to get it. So much outweighs the little anomalies that makes this airport a real find. So very pleased with it. I'm going to be flying out of here at some point, and I may even do a helicopter flight. So thanks to the author, Wombi Actual. It doesn't actually show his name, but anyway, thanks to him for the airport. It's just beautifully done, and my recommendation is, yeah, go and get it. Certainly until something payware comes along, this is the best you can get so far, and it's one of the top freeware airports in my opinion. So this is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, wrapping up yet another review, this time a freeware one for Flightsim 2020. Thank you for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed this. Go and get it and enjoy it. There's so much to see. So thanks again. I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye for now.